But let me talk to the fathers for a moment. I want to talk to the fathers that are involved. Fathers, your involvement in your child's life is so rewarding because you have your hand in developing them into their own personal purpose. Does that make sense? I just want to park here for a moment. Your involvement in your child's life is rewarding. You might say, well, DMP Speaks, how is it rewarding? I'm going to tell you. If my father was not in my life, I don't know how I would have turned out. I don't know how I would have turned out if he was not there. Some of you, the father figures, the uncles, the big brothers, the pastor, the bishop, whoever it was, listen, if they weren't there, have you ever thought about it? I was just talking to my little god brother last night, and we were talking about his dad and how we were talking about my father. And we were saying, because both of them, we all grew up in church together, and my father was the head deacon. And then when my father retired, his father took over. But he said, my father always looked up to your dad for guidance. Even though he loved my grandfather, he had a special place for your father. He told me, he said, because he taught him the way on how to handle business, how to man the house, and also take care of the house of God. And he said, man, I appreciate you for the way that your father labored with my father. And I said, wow, because I've heard him talk about my father before, but not in that instant. But some of you have had wonderful fathers. I prayerfully that they're still here, but even if they're not here, they are, and they have been, and will be, and continue to be important to you. To be there for you, even if they're not there physically, they're there emotionally. You can listen. I can remember so many conversations that I had with my wonderful saintly father. I can remember certain things that at 8 years old and 12 years old and 15 years old and 21 and 28 and even 30, 31, 32 before he left this earth. And 35 before he left. These conversations will always be with me. Those conversations, the development, I'll say it again, the development that they gave you is priceless. You cannot put a dollar amount on what our wonderful fathers, our uncles, our big brothers, our pastors, our deacons, whoever was in your life, they gave you something that money cannot buy.